Have you recently been told that your child might be at risk for autism? Or did your child recently get a diagnosis of a speech delay? Hi, I'm Priyanka Evangeline and I'm a speech language pathologist and an audiologist. In my practice, every day I see children and adults with special needs. And during the initial consultation with a new parent, I always go through many points that I really want a parent to know when their child has a speech and language delay. And since I spend a lot of time during the consultation talking about this, I thought it would be useful to make a video for you all and move beyond the doors of my clinic to you. So, if you are a parent who has just been exposed to the term of a language delay or a speech delay or a communication problem, then this video is for you. Now, take out your pen and paper and start taking notes. You are a parent and not a researcher. What I mean is, yes, you have got to know something new about your child and you're going through the internet reading a lot of terms. But remember that now more than ever, your child needs you as a parent and not another researcher or not another tester. Leave all the assessments and the tests and the diagnosis to the experts. Let them deal with it. We already do enough of it. So instead of putting on your lab coat and going on testing your child, what you have to do is you have to start spending more time and playing with your child. First of all, allot some time for you and your child to sit and play and interact and bond. That is the missing element if you think about it. In those times when you interact with your child, be there 100%. I am sure you have a lot of work related stress, a lot of family related problems and all of these things going on, but in those 20 or 30 minutes that you spend and sit with your child, consider it a sacred time of learning. So in that time, just be there with your child 100% and follow some of my videos that I will be linking up here. And in those videos, I tell you how you should play with your child, how you should talk to your child, how you can build more good bonds with your child. So you must have already heard a lot of advice about cut down screen time, remove TVs. Yes, you have to do this. But how exactly do you go about doing this? So the first thing to remember is to reduce the time by half. So if your child has been watching TV or watching YouTube for 8 hours a day, then the coming week, give your child YouTube or TV for 4 hours, and the next week reduce that by 2 hours and keep going until your child only has about 20 or 30 minutes of TV time a day. Okay, so now that you've cut down all the screen time, what do you do in this time? What do you fill up this time with? Fill it up with a lot of physical activities and with a lot of creative play. So for if you are don't know what creative play is, or if you need some ideas, again check out this channel. There's an eye icon over here. Click that eye icon and you will get a list of all the videos that I'm talking about. And there is a specific playlist where I have speech therapy activities walkthrough, which I would really urge you to open and see and try out those activities with your child at home. When if you don't know what to do, where do I start? Just like all growth, just like a plant, whatever we water, whatever we nourish grows. So by giving your child this time, you're nurturing this love and this bond and a relationship with your child. Also, you're teaching them the love for learning. So that is the most important skill you want to teach your child. Human beings are social creatures. We thrive based on emotional connections and establishing relationships and having validation to our feelings and to our thoughts. Your child is the same way. He just doesn't know that yet. So introduce as many people as you can into your child's life. Grandparents, parents, uncles, aunts, friends, relatives, whoever you can, bring them closer. Ask them to spend some time with your child. Take your child to them. Let them play with your child for 1 hour or half an hour. Exposing him to different people and to different faces and different emotions will help your child understand and connect with other people, which is the basis of communication. So in these times, you can encourage your child to look at their faces, to give them a high five or to wave, to smile at them, or to identify faces and names. These are some skills you can teach your child when you give them opportunities to interact with new people. If you think I'm making sense so far, if you're liking the things that I'm saying, then please consider subscribing to my channel, because the more subscribers I have, the more I can make more videos and give out more information for free on this channel. Now you know that the small brain of your child is really growing, you know that. But did you know that it's actually forming new neuronal cells, it's forming new synapses, new connections, strengthening good connections? So, in this time of brain development, the child does need to spin and run and jump and crash and dance and bounce. The body needs all these information, all these proprioceptive or movement related information. On the contrary, sitting in front of the TV for 8 hours or 6 hours a day is not what the developing brain and the developing body needs. So take your child outdoors or make indoor activities for your child to explore physical skills, to run and jump and to spin and skipping, to skate. And if again you want some ideas, check out this video where I have an indoor obstacle course path that you can do and play with your child. The fifth step is the most important step. So when your child doesn't speak, I know you would probably start by saying, say this, say that, say I want biscuit, say I want chocolate. So you might be starting to do this, but remember that your child hasn't spoken yet, or he may be just speaking one word or two words. So in that stage, expecting your child to speak longer sentences is a higher goal. So instead, break down your goal and take smaller goals like wave hi, or say this, forgive, or just smile at me when I look at me. So these kind of non-verbal or gestural communication precedes verbal communication. So start small. Let me know in the comments on what was really interesting or eye-opening for you in this video and what is the most important message for you. So that concludes our 5 steps. Now, I know these are a lot of steps and there's a lot for you to do. So many actionable steps. So go start, look at your notes and try trying with your child, and see you in the next video. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, share it with your family, share it with friends, and I'll meet you in the next video. Bye.